to have a...
You've got a backup?
Backup
Excellent.
sheet.
Let's do it.
Well, sometimes it pays out. It pays to be old school. Teja Imanovic would like to know: is the LX7 well suited as an entry-level camera? I mean, it's not an entry level.
It's not entry level.
It's not entry level. I think it's really from my point of view, I consider the LX7 as either something for those who just like to take like pictures in between now and then, just to have a solid camera that actually quite features all of it, or just as a second camera if you don't want to carry the heavy one. But when it comes to the aperture and the functions, I mean, already like the model prior to the LX7, the LX5 was quite amazing, and that's what I expect also from the LX7. Just to have, you just want to have decent, great pictures. Don't want to carry too much with you. This would be like the perfect camera.
Well,
that's the way I see it.
If I was, if I had an opportunity to purchase that, or I was giving it as a present, as an entry level, my first camera, I'd be very, very happy, because it just isn't an entry level camera. We have cameras for those kind of needs, point, click, and shoot. This camera will sit just behind our Lumix interchangeable lens cameras, our digital mirrorless cameras, DSLRs, and just above the TZ30. So currently it is our kind of bestish compact camera. And you're trying to take that off. It also
features like full HD. And as you can see, I mean, there's like the cap. It's still big. I mean, you're going to see like in my pants, you will see them also like included. Any pockets where I don't have anything fit in there?
We've got security over there as well. They're watching you. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that with the G3 or G5 or anything like that. And just to have it like in your back or anything like that, this is like really a beautiful camera.
It is.
All I can say about
and the
that.
feel of it, the metallic, the high-grade material that we've used for it as well. But again, we can't isolate each camera and say this is better than the other and so on, because it's down to who's.
No, all I'm saying is, if you don't care about your budget, then anything could be your entry-level camera.
That's right. You're right.
But just like the way that it's positioned within the range of the Lumix cameras, this is definitely
it's not an entry-level camera.
This is for enthusiasts, rather than for someone who I need something that takes pictures.
Yes, absolutely right.
Definitely. So thank you for that question, Teja. I hope I could help you. Hope so. With the help of my expert when it comes to this. So let's continue with a question coming from Ahmed Akin. I really miss viewfinders on cameras. I've heard the LX7 comes with an optional one. Is it true? Yes, with two actually. We just are seeing the live viewfinder, and there's also a viewfinder that you can also have as an option.
There is an optical viewfinder, but traditionally we tend to use the EVF, the electronic viewfinder here. It's 1.4 million dots, a really high resolution, and the representation of what we're seeing in the LCD screen here is represented in a high quality within. This is ideal for if you've got a lot of sunlight behind you, for example, or if you want to get really, really close to macro shots, so you want to get really low down. The EVF, which is the LVF2, I can actually...
wait, let's see. Sorry, no, I just had the same problem earlier. It's here.
There we go.
You need to push it on the side, and then you can...
There we go. So basically, I can use the viewfinder at a vertical height. So I can actually look down into the actual screen and get very close to the action. So, very lightweight as well. This is an optional extra. It doesn't actually come with the LX5.
Right. All right, Ahmed. Thank you for your question. So have to be careful until it's going to drop or anything like that. We are back high-tech. Milan Zivin would like to know, tell me more about 3D lenses.
3D lenses, okay.
Can I use 3D lenses on the compact?
You can use 3D lenses on we have a 3D lens.
Right.
It's a fixed lens that you can use on the G series.
Right.
Okay. But you can't use them on our compacts. However, we do have a 3D mode.
No, wait a minute. There's this one compact, the 3D one.
Sorry, there is
the only compact that also...
But that's built in, as we know. So there is a 3D camera of that. And also the TZ30 shoots in 3D,
Mm-hmm.
the FT4 shoots in 3D, and these two as well. And it's more of a process. So we select the 3D mode along the top of the camera with the scene mode here. So if I select scene, there we go, that'll select there. And there we go, we've got 3D mode along the bottom.
Yeah. off from the food mode to the 3D
From the
mode.
food mode, yeah. Now, what I have to do is I have to take the photograph. We won't be able to show you the playback because we need a 3D television. But basically, I depress the shutter. When I press it, I have to move it across about 10 to 20 centimeters. And what it's actually doing is it's taking about 20 individual photographs. It selects the two best photographs, one for the left eye, one for the right eye, so that when you then play it back, Patrice, on a 3D television, it'll put those two images together to give you a 3D effect. So it's not actually full 3D, two lenses, it's actually processing that's doing that. Regarding 3D shooting,
right.
I think Dean from Getty Images kind of highlighted this yesterday.
We need to explain that yesterday we had a professional photographer amongst us, Dean, who had to go back to London to cover the Paralympics.
Shooting at the Paralympics today.
Right.
He recommended that when you do take 3D shots is that you have three things in mind, and that's the foreground, middle ground and background, to give you a sense of depth. So it is all about, yes, it does 3D, but think differently when you're shooting in 3D. Otherwise, it could look quite flat. Mm-hmm. So if you do have a camera that does shoot in 3D, something like the FZ200 or the LX7, then just use unusual angles, get family and friends in different positions, and have some fun with it.
There you go. So Milan, this is your